What's up guys, it's Eden Gold and welcome to my channel. Today I have a video for you that is all about those feelings that we feel at various points throughout the week that we bottle up and we hold inside of us. And I'm going to try and speak as long as I can. The batteries of my camera are not good at all because I ruined them. I have a whole new camera set up and everything that will be here next week and I'm so excited, but for now we have to work with what we got, so let's get right into it. So like I said, we're talking about those feelings, those emotions that you bottle up inside of you that you just kind of brush off. Maybe it's the fact that you think this isn't that important, it's not that big of a deal, I'll get over it. Or maybe it's deeper than that and you feel like your emotions are not valid or your feelings are not validated for whatever variety of reasons. So whether you think it's just not that big of a deal or you think that your feelings aren't validated for whatever reason and you feel like bottling those emotions up inside of you, I'm here to tell you why that's a terrible idea. So just hear me out. I do that too. We all do that. And we don't even always catch when these things are happening because we're so used to just taking all the BS that is thrown at us through a person or just the daily stressors of life and pushing them off as if it's not a big deal. A lot of times we miss these little triggers that we have that set us off or irk us or stress us out. We're not consciously aware of it, but when it happens, we kind of just, okay, whatever, that was annoying, whatever. But the problem with that is something that I always reiterate and I will continue to reiterate, which is energy is neither created or destroyed. It is only transferred or transformed. And you know I have to explain it again. So this means that whatever negative feeling that you're feeling inside of you, when you just push it back to the back burner as if it's not that big of a deal, it's not just gonna go away. It's going to sit there and fester and manifest inside of you unless it's effectively dealt with. So if it's not effectively dealt with and it's still sitting inside of you, it is going to manifest in a non-effective way, causing harm to yourself or others, fighting, self-sabotage, starting to internalize that pain as you are not enough, so on and so forth. There are so many negative projections of these feelings inside of us that we just feel as though if we do these unhealthy things, it's going to be a way to cope, but it's not. And we've seen that time and time again. I'm sure you guys have as well. So whatever that pain that you're just brushing off, or you're just like, whatever, I'll forget it. And I know you can think of a few. It is a big deal. Whether it's small or you feel like it's unimportant or there's so many worse problems in the world, guess what? There's always something worse going on in the world, but that doesn't mean that your feelings aren't valid and you're not valid for feeling the way that you're feeling. If it's important to you, it's important. And bring those feelings to the surface, to the forefront of your mind so that you can work through them to set you up for a lifelong of emotional wellness, right? This is a preventative measure to emotional wellness, right? I have just for example, I have like a 5-step skincare routine. I don't have any wrinkles. I don't really have that many spots or something on my face. You know, I have the occasional breakout, but what I do for my face is a preventative measure to not have premature wrinkles or to protect myself from the sun, right? Sunscreen is a preventative measure to make sure you don't get sunburned, right? And if we can take care of all of the physicalities of the things that go on superficially in our lives, why would our emotional wellness not be just as important, if not more important? Because you have to be well in order for you to project that onto other people, to help other people. You have to take care of yourself first. So this is a preventative measure to keep you in a long-term state of emotional wellness. If you don't get through and work through the things that irk you, set you off, stress you out, you will eventually get to the point where you are reactive to the things that are happening to you. Eden, what does that even mean? I'm so glad you asked. So, reactive meaning you will eventually get to that point where your emotions are the primary dictator as to what decisions you are going to make. right? So when we are young, the primary factor dictating if we will make a decision or not is our emotions. We base a lot of emotions. Okay, hold up. We base a lot of decisions on our emotions, which is why when we're young, our friends are one of the biggest influences in our lives. And what our parents say kind of falls a little bit more to the back burner. It has to do with the development of our brain, and our prefrontal cortex is not fully developed, such as it is as you mature and you age and you're an adult, because at that point, you're able to more logically make decisions. But even this gets touchy when you have a buildup of negative emotions, whether they're major, whether they're minor, but a buildup inside of you, like when more and more weighs you down. Logic can often be thrown out the window in times of heat, in times of huge bursts of emotion, in times of manifested pain that's been sitting inside of you. Does that make sense? Think about this. Have you ever been in a fight and said something you didn't mean? And have you ever came to the realization that what you said was just in the heat of the moment? Exactly. Your emotions are in high drive. And that's not even touching on the fact that a majority of fights are usually a buildup of little things that happen here and there, here and there, here and there, that might seem insignificant at the time, but if we become self-aware of them, we can stop them and we can talk about them and work through them, because every little thing, it matters. So start to understand when things are ticking you off, setting you off, and practice talking about it, speaking about it, journaling through it, working through it, so you don't have some of these long-term repercussions of that. And I do have some other videos on emotional wellness and coping with negative emotions. I will link one up above and down below as well. Some you might want to check out just to really get your mindset in check. But what I would recommend you practicing after this week and for the rest of your life is when you find these negative emotions coming up, write them down. Why is it happening right now? What set me off? Start to become aware of what your triggers are. And I guarantee there's some that you're not fully consciously aware of at this time. Do that, and then practice communicating, practice talking to save your relationship, to save your friendship, to have a better connection with your parents or your job, whatever it is. Practice talking. I know it can be shameful. I know it can be embarrassing, but I promise this will set you up for success in the long term. So writing it down, journaling through it, and then practice talking, open communication. Stop pushing your feelings to the back burner. All right, guys, that's all I'm going to give you today because I don't know how long my camera's going to last. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would mean the most to me if you subscribed to my channel and followed me on Instagram at EdenGold_. Also, if you're interested in more mental health and wellness, I have 2 private Facebook groups. One of them is Peace of Mind Mental Health for people in their 20s, their 30s, Gen Zs and millennials, to have conversations all about emotional, mental, physical health. And then the other one is Let's Get Body Lovin. That is a group designated for all conversations surrounding body positivity, self-love, body love, nutrition. And I have a course that just launched on Friday if you're interested in that. It's a beginner's step-by-step guide to loving and accepting your body. I'll leave the link for that below. And with that being said, I love you guys so much and thanks for being here. All right.